Okay, so ready to graph. First step of graphing is you need to find at least the axis of symmetry. You need to start with negative b over 2a. That's your starting point. So in my case, a is 2 and b is negative 8. So when I plug in negative 8, that turns into positive 8 divided by 2 times a, which is 2. I get 8 over 4, which gives me 2. That goes in the middle of your x values because the vertex is in the middle. So that's your middle x. And then you're going to do 2 above it and 2 below it. So you can do 0 and 1, and then 3 and 4. To find your y values, you have to plug in each x value. So I'm going to start with plugging in 0. And you can do this in your calculators if you want. Some of them you can do in your head. But I'm going to plug in 0 first into this equation. So I have 2 times 0 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 3. This one you could have, oh, sorry, I messed that up. I put in a 2. Sorry, 2 times 0 squared minus 8 times, right here should be a 0 because it's the x value. That's what I had accidentally done before. And then plus 3, and you should get 3. So that's the y value for when x is 0. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to plug in 1. So I'm going to do, again, this whole equation here. 2 is still there, but instead of x, I'm plugging in 1. Minus 8, again, instead of x, I'm plugging in 1. And now plus 3, and I get negative 3. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing, plug in 2. So I'm going to do 2 times, instead of x, plug in 2. Plus 3. And you get negative 5. Now I'm going to plug in 3. Some of you know what it should be already. That's good. But it's always good to double check because sometimes you make a mistake and that can help you. So I'm going to plug in 3 minus 8 times 3 plus 3. And I get negative 3. And then I'm going to plug in 4. Again, everything in the equation is the same. You're just plugging in your x value. And you get 3. So you might notice this pattern that these two match and these two match. That should always be the case if you found the vertex correctly. So if you don't get that, that's a good way to check yourself. Maybe you found the vertex wrong, or maybe just one of those points you plugged in. Then you need to graph those points. Remember, this is x and this is y. So I'm going to graph this point first. It's a 0, 3. So 0 on the x-axis would be here, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put a point there. And then 1, negative 3. So to the right 1, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put a point there. And then 2, negative 5. So 2, negative 5 would be right there. And then 3, negative 3 would be there. And then 4, and then positive 3 would be up there. You do need to connect them. And it should be a smooth U. It should not be a V. It should be like a U. And that is it.